Hello and welcome to Whilton Mill for round 6 of the DMAX Light Enduro Championship. This marks the start of the second half of the championship, where Max O'Shaughnessy comes in with a bit of a healthy advantage. Cameron Kahn took the first win of the season back at Milton Keynes, but has since not been back for a couple of rounds, missed a couple of rounds, and with him gone, Max O'Shaughnessy has pretty much been on the podium ever since, bar round 5. He's taken 2 wins and 2 podiums as well. So he leads by 55 points over Dante Dillon, who's also taken a win at round 4. Tom Kemping very close behind in 3rd place as well. He's taken a handful of podiums. Cameron Noble is also in chase, as is Axel Slijepsvich, although he hasn't really had the best half of the first half of the championship, and says he is really only here to take race wins. So that's how the championship's been so far. Max O'Shaughnessy is the man to catch. Let's go and see what happened in qualifying. Max, well done, mate. Pole position. That must feel good. You did it literally right at the end. Talk us a little bit around that lap.
I see, through most of the session I actually thought I was a little bit further down, because I was looking around and people were catching up to me. And then on the final lap I thought I was on a really good one. I kept pushing really hard, hoping I'd make up places. Then on the way into the pits I was told I got pole, so I'm happy with that.
And what about this track? What do you reckon it's going to be like racing wise in this class?
It's quite a physical track, and there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities that you can make stick. So I think it'll be a close race between everyone.
Good luck. Max O'Shaughnessy doing really well in the championship this year, so pole position for him pretty important. We'll speak to Tom Kemping. Tom, you've got the result right in front of you there, haven't you? So where did you end up in the end? Well, 7th place. The new overall's not quite working for you on this occasion.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, I thought it was at least 2 tenths, but seems
well, it's in fact lost you time, if anything. But yeah, you know, you're up there in the championship. You know, you're fighting for really close battle for 2nd at the moment. In terms of, you know, your championship rivals, maybe not your best result, but you got to catch Max up front, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. He's on pole, I'm 7th, so still have to pass a few cars to get there. But it's an hour race, and do my best.
Good track for overtaking, though, right?
It is. Plenty of opportunities. So.
Loving the visor strip. Keep that on. Right, we'll keep walking then. Dante Dillon, 5th place in the session. Very close session. There was about 1 second between 18 drivers, so very close. You know, you're currently battling for 2nd in the championship. Max ahead of you. Guess that's a clear aim, isn't it, to beat him?
Yeah, definitely. I think I changed my car halfway through, and I was much happy with it. And then I just didn't really get a clear lap, so I was quite surprised when my dad told me I was 5th. So I'm really hoping for just a good start. Really, I just don't want to mess it up, because I know if I don't mess it up, then I've got a really good chance of getting the podium. But I don't want to jinx it. Well, yeah, I think I'm in a good position. Now
Max is, I think, he's about 40 points ahead, something like that. You catch him. Do you go on the back foot then to maybe drop him down the order and get some extra points?
I think the main aim really is to win the race. I'm not going to be too bothered yet as to where I make him finish, if you get what I mean. I want to just finish in front of him. That's the main goal first. But he's on pole, so he's in a very good position, so it's going to be hard to catch him.
So Sam Lovelace, front row start, top 4 covered by less than 1/10 of a second, and you're 37,000 off in the end. It's very close. You know, you're not essentially in the hunt for the championship, but you can mix things up, can't you?
Yeah, certainly, and I'm planning to do so. Hopefully today I can nick a podium or a win, try and upset the main protagonist in the championship. That's really my aim.
So with, you know, the likes of Dillon and O'Shaughnessy around, they're focused on championship, you're not. Do you think that'll play into your hands?
Certainly, because I think I've got nothing to lose and they've got a championship to fight for. So at the end of the day, in the back of their mind, they've got to think about the championship and I don't, so I can just go all out.
Well done.
Obviously, I know the track well. I feel like I was putting in some decent laps. They're consistent laps. My time is exactly the same as my quickest time from practice yesterday, so I haven't got any slower. So I'm just hoping to move forward a little bit in the race. I think every quick person in the country, apart from Formula 1 drivers, are here today. So if I can try and keep up with them and they can do some battles and I can join in, then that's all I can ask for.
Hi everyone.
Were you 4th place in the end?
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how.
What do you mean, don't know?
Seem to have pace this weekend, so...
You placed yourself really well on track. You know, you're getting a good toe.
I was behind Leslie for a while, so that was good. And then I think I got past him at the end. We had a little bit of traffic, but it was fine. Kart feels really good though. Got a lot of grip, good straight line speed, so
What about the race? Win today? Is it coming?
Come off it. Come off it.
Come off it?
Yeah. Mate, have you seen the grid? There's so many good people out there. It's insane.
Well, if you just get up the front and just pure defence, create a... You can cause some...
Look, we've got Dante, William, Tom, Zach, Ben. Look at the Cameron Noble's down. Look at this, man. All these people are all capable of winning.
It's always a good grid.
It's going to be a close race. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be super, super close. And hopefully really aggressive as well. I kind of want to get elbows out a bit today.
That's how he likes it. Cameron Noble, the man who has done the best overtake in DMAX ever here, funnily enough. Are you going to do? You might need to do that move a couple of times today. You didn't have the best.
About 9 times, I think.
Yeah, 10th,
wasn't I? Yeah. The car felt fine, so it might be me. Might be one glass of red wine too many last night. So who knows? But yeah, it's a long race. Hopefully, make up for it. And it's quite warm. It's deceptively warm as well. So it'll be tough on everyone.
It will be a tough hour.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks.
First year, so it'll be all right. Okay.
Confidence. Look at that confidence. Right, we'll get into the race, shall we? Here's Alex Goldschmidt with the grid.
Well, thank you very much, Chris, for that. Really great to hear from some of the drivers as we're about to get underway. Great to hear from Max O'Shaughnessy, Graham Cobb and a few others as well. But your grid, top 18, separated by just over a second. The karts are really, really tight as well. So let's run you down the grid for this week, this first race of the day. I'm Alex Goldschmidt, alongside me in the commentary booth, Chris. Great qualifying, really tight at the top. Top 18, great driving standards already in qualifying. They're on the formation laps, so let's quickly run you through the grid. Max O'Shaughnessy, current championship leader, on pole position. Alongside him, Sam Lovelace. And you've got Slijepcevic and Cobb, Dillon and Thomas, Kempink and Swannell, Ben Leslie, Cameron Noble, Charlotte Manton, Harrison Pugh, Sam Bennett, Nikolai Angelov, Josh Croft completing the top 15, with Ethan Suter, Sam Hampshire, Cameron Kahn, Boyd Wayne Jr., Russell Horton, Alex Brazier, Nathan Bellard, Anatoly Duco, Oliver Springate, Tansy Besant, Luke Bourne and Sheridan Shepherd completing 27 strong grid.
Right, here we go for the start of the race then. O'Shaughnessy, the championship leader, leads them into the first corner. Through turn 2 they go. Now going with him, I think that was Axel. Tom Kempink's off the track. One of the championship contenders off at turn 2. William Thomas was the second driver there in the blue race suit, I believe, to go off. Up the front, it's O'Shaughnessy from, I think it's Axel in second. It is. Third is now
Sam Lovelace.
Yeah, Graham Cobb attempting to go up the inside of Lovelace. Couldn't quite get through into Chapman's for the first time, and Cobb should take third and a change for lead. Axel Slijepcevic takes the lead. Cobb now under pressure there in third place. Who have we got trying to go through to
that's Zach Swannell, Sam Lovelace. There's also Dante Dillon, and I think I've just spotted William Thomas in that mix as well.
No, William Thomas is Cameron Noble, I think, who you were mistaken him for. Axel Slijepcevic then leading the way from Max O'Shaughnessy. Graham Cobb going around the outside of Zach Swannell and takes third place. Back, he's now trying to go.
Oh, there's a bit of barging there coming through turn 3. I think there's a couple of drivers involved.
Well, Sam Hampshire is involved in that. Ben Leslie's involved in that as well. I think Harrison Pugh is involved in that. So Sam Hampshire actually gave the place back to Charlotte, but she's now under pressure.
Oh, yellow flags. There's a spinner on turn 3, Chris, right at the top of the hill.
Right, well, we'll pick up who that is when they get going again, and see who it is exactly involved in that instant.
Race control have issued. It looks like a full course yellow here, Chris.
Yes, they have. So that's going to neutralise the race, and while the driver is being attended to, hopefully it's well, driver getting out of the car should mean everything is
okay.
That
looks like Sam Hampshire. Sam Hampshire really has dropped down the order. Marshall is on the scene at the moment, and that's a real shame.
Well, Sam's out the cart. Now either that's something, that's either he's taken a spin, or I imagine maybe he's had a bit of an incident and the damage to the car is too much to carry on. Crammed out on the track there.
And we've gone green, Chris. We have gone green.
So green flag's back out, and Dillon is going to go straight on the attack in fourth place there in those red and white overalls. He is already lining a move up on Graham Cobb here as Sam Hampshire rejoins the race. I think we're going to see a change for third very shortly, as Cameron Noble has lost a place to Charlotte Manton. William Thomas pops one up the inside there of Well, let's see, that was Josh Craft who we went up the inside of. So Ben Leslie, she was going past. William Thomas has finally made that move on Cameron Noble. Now trying to go up the inside of Ben Leslie himself. Can't quite get through up at the second part of the boot. Now down the start-finish straight they go. And William Thomas trying to get past Ben Leslie. Likewise, is Ben Leslie going to go back past Charlotte Manton up towards turn 3. Manton now actually going on the defensive. Leslie is going to maybe try down at turn 6. That's turn 5. Now this is turn 6, and there he goes. That was expected. Ben Leslie up the inside, but has he gone too deep on the brakes? He has. Charlotte Manton retakes the place. William Thomas gets a bit closer, and we're going to do it all over again in a couple of corners time as William Thomas tries again at Chapman's. Can't get through there. What about into the boot? Up the inside into the left. William Thomas chose the wrong place to try and make that move. Can he get it on the exit of the corner? He'll go up the inside into the last corner, and William Thomas has now made that move. Alex.
And, oh, crikey, that's a bit of a brazen side-by-side into turns
Josh
1 and 2 there.
was.
Josh Craft and Ben Leslie, wasn't it? I think it was. Or was
Yes.
No, yeah, Ben Leslie. Sam Bennett's right on the back bumper, as is... you've also got Harrison Pugh and Cameron Khan in the mix, and also Tom Kemping.
Dante Dillon failed to make a move on Graham Cobb. Look behind, and Sam Lovelace at the moment showing no intention of even wanting to make a pass. Driving this race very well is Lovelace at the moment. Wants to get this group to actually chase down the 2 race leaders. At some point, you'd think the 2 race leaders are going to have to start battling, and when they do, if that's the gap between second and third, then we'll have 5 for the lead, especially when we start to hit the back markers as well.
It is a change for the lead. Axel Slijevic must have made it on the run into turn 5. I'd like to see the replay on his camera, as he's one of our... yes, he's got a camera on the top, so it'd be nice to see on that replay how easy he made it stick. Charlotte Manton spun off. Charlotte Manton battling, and that's Tansy Bezin involved in the mix, and I'm wondering who the other back marker was, but that has really hurt Charlotte Manton's chances of a potential top 10 finish. Well, Zach Swanell, you better watch your backside, because you've got Tom Kemping hot on your heels in full pursuit. I mean, if he was a police car, he'd have blues and twos and sirens ablaze as the pair come through turns 1 into
behind.
Kemping in the process has actually dropped Ben Leslie by at least 4 to 5 kart lengths. So the Belgian really putting on a charge, getting the elbows out when required as well.
Let's go back to the 2 leaders then, as Max O'Shaughnessy pulls alongside, going up towards turn 3, and almost a little bit of contact there as Slijevic held on round the outside. Now, if you're Graham Cobb, Dante Dillon, look towards turn 5. If you're Graham Cobb leading that train of karts, if Dante Dillon wants to come past, just let him go through. As Graham Cobb said to me before the race, the grid is ridiculous, and he said he had absolutely no chance finishing on the podium, but there he is, 3rd place, and still with a chance. I even put forward to him the idea of a race win. No chance is what he said, but let's see. He is only just looking at the gap, and catch the gap as they come across the line. It's quite a significant gap, 4.2 seconds, but strange things have happened in this championship. Cameron Carr and Dante Dillon, but Dillon trying up the inside into the second part of the boot, into the last corner. Graham Cobb holding on for now, across the start-finish line. Well, what do you do if you're Sam Lovelace at this point? I'd say get past Dante Dillon as quick as possible. Up towards turn 3 they go, and Lovelace just didn't get the exit required to pull off a move. Coming down to going up to turn 3 and down towards turn 6 is still as you were.
So drivers are having to watch both track limits and also curbs as well. Race control are being very hot on it at the moment, as Graham Cobb manages to... Sam Lovelace is nearly side by side. There's a back marker in the way.
Wow.
Dante Dillon going was luckily blue flags.
And Dante Dillon runs wide, and that is 4th place. The easiest overtake Sam Lovelace will ever make. He's into 4th. It's now broken that trio up, so Cobb has half a second over Lovelace, who now has half a second over Dylan.
Into turn 1, Charlotte Manton right on the back bumper of Cameron Noble. They're going through into turn 2. She's got the run, she's going up the hill side by side with Cameron Noble. Slipstreams past into turn 3. Does she make the move stick? Yes, she does, but Cameron Noble still fighting back, and Sam Bennett's waiting in the wings to pick up any mess that might happen between these two. Cameron Noble's trying to throw it up the inside into turn 5, and this battle is really intensifying between the trio because Sam Bennett's waiting and watching to see what happens. And I think right behind them, yes, that's Russell Horton. About 5 or 6 kart lengths. Charlotte Manton still keeping her elbows out, keeping that kart as wide as possible ahead of Cameron Noble, with Sam Bennett waiting to pick up anything that might happen in front.
Ethan Suter actually being a little bit delayed in all of that. As they head Pugh's gone round the outside. Brilliant move into the boot there by Harrison Pugh past Ethan Suter, so that delay allowed Pugh to capitalise going into the final couple of corners of the lap. Lovelace up the inside of Cobb into the boot, can't quite hold on, and guess what, Dante Dillon is going to punish him for it. Goes up the inside into the last corner, and Lovelace, in not being able to make that pass on Graham Cobb, loses a place.
There's a little cheeky.
Dillon goes up the inside of Cobb, can't quite make the move. Cobb has been almost impossible to pass today, and now defends in towards the boot, into the second part of the boot. Dillon trying to go around the outside, can't quite, trying to pick a side, outside or inside. Got to make your move and stick with it.
We have a full course yellow, Chris. We have a full course yellow. There's a
Thomas. William Thomas.
And that's 6th place.
Will Thomas off the track, and Alex Terminal. I think he's going to have to go and fetch himself a new kart. He is. That is either. I mean, that's a very odd position to be in. I imagine he's just pulled off. Oh, he's got going again. Bumper's come off. Well, curbs. There is a reason why we do say, you're doing an hour in these karts, and
Now Dante Dillon knows about
that is the bumper.
Yeah, so
quite clear to see. So,
and when
I reckon that's a curbing issue. I reckon he's potentially been hitting some curbs.
Well, we've seen it at multiple tracks before, Buckmore Park. Dante Dillon in the heats final, and we've gone green once again. But as I was saying, Dante Dillon.
About for third.
Oh, Dante Dillon's right on the back bumper. He's trying to go round the outside of Graham Cobb into the turn 3. Sam Lovelace strikes and goes up the inside for 4th. The pair are battling. I think
Lovelace has got through, so.
Probably pushed Dante Dillon onto the curb slightly.
No, he seemed okay to me. Just looked like Dillon was left the door open for him, in all honesty. Sam Lovelace said thank you very much as they head on to the back straight. Graham Cobb still has not been passed all race. Still in that third place.
And in the battle for 9th, Zach Swanell is really trying to make his way through backmarker traffic. Ethan Suter a little bit delayed there going into turns 5, 6 and 7. Suter gets back up the inside, and as does Cameron.
Graham Cobb runs wide. Lovelace might just get a chance to get up the inside. Cobb trying to force him. Well, Cobb trying to shut the door, did so successfully through turn 4. It's still Cobb.
Oh, and there is a spinner off on the track. I think that's got to be either Cameron Khan or that's Cameron Khan that spun off there. And that was battling from 9th to 12th place. So
there comes Will Thomas as Dante Dillon goes up the inside of Lovelace to take 4th. Cobb still living to fight another day here. Looks like he may just take a podium as Lovelace goes round the outside. Looks like he's going to retake 4th. Dillon gets the switch back, and Dillon trying to say to him, let's work together here. Because Cobb now defending Lovelace.
Right on the back bumper of Dillon, and they're heading towards the boot as we speak. Marshals are making and Dante Dillon really trying to force the issue with Graham Cobb heading into the boot, but Sam Lovelace is right on the back bumper of them. There's a back marker in front, I think that's Anatoly Duko, and slipstreaming ahoy here going into turn 1. That was very close, gents, and I think that was Anatoly Duko that was the back marker up ahead. Great use of the slipstream by all 3 drivers to get their way past very efficiently into turn 1, but one wrong move by somebody could have gone very, very nasty.
Down in towards turn 5 they come, through the flat out right-handed, now in towards turn number 6. Dillon's tried this move at Chapman's, he's tried it in the boot, At one place he hasn't really tried it. It's turn 3, and I think that's going to be his best shout, to be honest.
We've seen a lot of overtake.
Here he goes.
Here he goes up the inside of Graham Cobb, and he's got the run. Oh, Cobb's trying to fight back, but Dylan's got the nose ahead. Sam Lovelace trying to go up the inside into the boot ahead of Graham Cobb. He does make the move stick, so Graham Cobb within 3 corners goes from 3rd to 5th with Dante Dillon leading the way, exercising damage control. But Sam Lovelace, I think, wants a piece of that 3rd place podium spot.
Yeah, Graham Cobb's only chance of a podium now. Oh, as he runs, I wonder if he's just a little...
Oh, he's just slammed the steering wheel, Chris, Graham Cobb. I think he knows that it's all done for.
It looked like he just made a massive mistake there, but he can't lose hope just yet. You never know. I thought it was going to be Graham Cobb. He held them off for about 57.5 minutes. Dillon and Lovelace finally got past. Now Lovelace has around 3/4 of a lap to have a go at trying to take this 3rd place away from Dillon, who is going to get on the defensive up towards turn 3. They've hit a bit of traffic at just the wrong time here. Dillon has to deal with some traffic and hold off Sam Lovelace all at the same time. Down towards turn 6, Lovelace getting a little bit closer. Up towards turn 7, Dillon doesn't know what to do. Go past the back marker or try and defend from Sam Lovelace.
And meanwhile, Max
a spin in front of Dante Dillon. That's delayed him. And Max O'Shaughnessy takes the flag and is going to take round 6 victory.
And Dante Dillon is still hanging on. He's coming through the final couple of corners. It's the run down to the finish. Who's going to get 3rd place? It looks like it's going to be Dante Dillon by a whisker from Sam Lovelace. Brilliant battle. Great. Have to give a mention to Graham Cobb, who's just crossed the finish line. Brilliant defending for the last 57 or so minutes. Chris, we've had it all in the first race here at Whilton Mill. We've had Max O'Shaughnessy extend his championship lead, Axel Slijevic get his way up the table, Dante Dillon exercising perfect damage control, but what a run from both Graham Cobb and Sam Lovelace. And you've also got to think about some of the other drivers in there as well.
Yeah, as you said, that was the top 5. Tom Kemping, good recovery considering he was off at the 2nd corner to finish 6th. Leslie finished 7th, and it's Pugh, Swanell, Suter, Manton, Noble, Bennett, Horton, Boyd Wayne Jr., Springate, Angeloff, Brazier, Ballard, Dulco, William Thomas. Shame for him, could have had a 6th place. It was Luke Borden, Sheridan, Shepherd. The non-finishers, Khan, Besant, Hampshire and Croft. That's round 6 for the Light Enduro. Graham Cobb, 5th place. You literally just lost it at the end there. What happened, do you think? I mean, you must still be happy with 5th, but it must be disappointing to just lose out with a couple of minutes.
I'm quite upset at getting 5th, to be honest. I wanted 3rd. But yeah, it was a cracking race. Like Dante and Sam just kept the pressure on the entire race. Every time I got a little gap, I kept making tiny little mistakes. And coming into where he overtook me on that 2nd left-hander infield, I knew every time that's where he was going to make his move, so I was braking like super late for that corner. And then the lap that he got past me, I just didn't brake late enough. And then he just got alongside for the corner and I couldn't hold it around the outside. So, my own fault. But it was a cracking race, really good fun. Like, really good fun.
Yeah. So, well, at least you enjoyed it, and there was a lot of people up the championship that had bad races, so I think you must have moved up at least 3-4 places.
Well, I mean, it's pretty close in the championship anyway.
Yeah.
That midfield battle that we're in, it's like 5th down to 13th, I think, is 20 points in it. So it's a good result for me today, big time.
Well done.
Hopefully we can move up a little bit.
Well done, mate. So, Charlotte Manton, you were going along really well there. In the end, it was a pretty good result, but talk us through the moment where it changed for you.
Well, I started 11th, had a wicked start because it was an instant on start. I just went up the inside of it, so I was into 6th place, I think I was. Couple of laps staying there, having a really good battle. After a few laps, we came up to some back markers up in the boot here. Came past them, they moved out the way on the straight for me. Turned the corner and then I just had a tap from the back and it just spun me around. So that put me back into about 13th position, I think. So then I had a really good battle with Cameron Noble, so I enjoyed that. And then after some black flags and penalties and everything else, I think I ended up 11th, so I finished where I started, so I didn't lose anything. It's disappointing because it could have been a lot better. As I say, I was in 6th place and I could have, you know, if I was in that position, could have stayed with them and had the battle for the podium maybe, but it is what it is. That's racing, and we've got the heats later. So
Dante, third place for you. Talk us through the move at the end there that got you third, going past Graham.
Yes, staying around Graham for practically all 55, well, nearly the whole 1 hour race. I was behind him for like 55 minutes. It's me, Sam, Graham, constantly changing positions. So it took me like 50 minutes to work out where I can actually get Graham, because he's defending really well, and to be honest, he deserves a third more than me. But I managed to get him, I don't know what corner it is, but basically it's a very long-lasting left-hander, and he told me he kept trying to brake late, so if I tried to make the move there, he'll try and stick around the outside, but I just he didn't brake late enough, so I managed to just dive up the inside, take the move really, and Sam followed me through. So
yeah, good damage limitation, isn't it, in terms of the points for Max winning?
Yeah, it is a bit. Max winning. I mean, my main focus now is just get top 3 in the championship, but if I can catch him, that'll be good, but it's getting harder and harder every round, so yeah. Well done to Max, well done to Axel.
Well done, third place. I hear Graham looks good from behind as well. Axel, second place. You were battling with Max for a lot of the race. Even though you guys were battling, you were still pulling a gap. When was it you thought, I'm going to just settle for second here?
Yeah, we weren't really battling. We were sort of trading places, letting each other through, just trying to bring a gap so we could. But I don't know, I think my rear bumper went loose and I sort of lost all rear end, and I didn't really have the pace at the end. But it's not to say Max didn't deserve it. He drove a great race, and I tired a bit at the end as well, so it wasn't all the kart. But I'm happy with second.
Good stuff. You're coming up the championship now as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not really focused on this. I don't think I'm going to do all the ones in the Enduro, but the heats is my focus, so yeah, I am.
It's good to still have you racing. Well done. Second place for Axel. And Max, onto the top step. As we just covered there with Axel, a good race. You were really working together, as you said, and even though you were trading places.
Yeah, for the whole race it was a bit of a follow the leader. We'd sort of follow each other maybe for 15 or so laps, and then sort of if someone behind had a bit more pace, sort of let them go, because the 3 behind us really wanted our places, and they definitely had the pace to catch up or pass us. So we tried to build out a gap, and then hopefully in maybe the last 10 minutes we were going to really fight out for the position, but unfortunately Axe had that problem.
And a perfect day for you, really. You must like this track.
Actually, I haven't had too many good past experiences here, and I wasn't too confident coming into this round, but to take a win home today really helps me out.
Must feel even better. Well done. Max O'Shaughnessy extends his championship lead as well. If you want to get involved in this brilliant championship, visit our website or call this number.